So, Andrew Brown Jr. was shot and killed on April 21st. But about 2 weeks beforehand, there was another murder that happened in Minneapolis area of Daunte Wright. And this is the situation where the cop apparently, I grabbed my gun and I meant to grab my taser, even though they're entirely different shapes and objects. They're on the opposite sides of my waist and they're different heaviness, different weight. And then I shot and killed someone for no reason. So Kim Potter, the police officer, the murderer, who murdered Daunte Wright, someone who's younger than I am, someone that had a child, is dead now. There's a trial going on here. Now I'm reading from the New York Post because this is a right-wing newspaper, and I want to know what the right wing is saying about this. So, jury sees Kim Potter's emotional reaction after she shot Daunte Wright. So what they're trying to do is the same thing that they did with Kyle Rittenhouse. White tears. Oh, the poor little precious angel snowflake. Oh, look, she's crying after she murdered someone in cold blood. Oh. That's what they always do. They do it every single time, right? They know that if they cry, the chances of them getting away with this skyrocket. Like, look at, the Bitcoin chart in the last 5 years. That's like their chances of getting off if they cry anytime around the details of the shooting. They know it. It's a cheat code, right? Now, again, I was talking about how 98.3% of the time, police don't even get charged when they murder someone, right? So this is a rare moment where, this is in the Minneapolis area, a rare moment where police are actually charged. And they're going to try to cry and whine and, I'm so sad. You want to know who else is sad? Daunte Wright's mother, who he called on the phone moments before he was shot and killed. She is sad. You know who's going to be sad? Daunte Wright's child, when they realize what the fuck happened to their father. Right? I don't give a fuck what Kim Potter thinks. I don't give a fuck what her emotions are. In fact, I like when she cries. Cry, bitch. You fucking should be. You should be crying in a jail cell for 11 years, which is what she is facing here. Now, personally, I would say, now again, if I killed someone, would I get 11 years in prison? Chances are I'd get a lot more than 11 years. I'm just saying, right? If you go to summer camp for 8 months and the government pays you, and the government gives you a gun, you should be held to a higher standard. But in this country, you're held to a lower standard. The government gave you a gun. Whoops, I killed someone. Whoops, I raped someone. Whoops, I assaulted someone. Whoops, I knocked someone's teeth out. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Whoops, I shared racist memes in group chat. Whoops, I arrested people and planted drugs on them to falsify arrests. Whoops, I killed another person. Whoops, I killed someone else. Whoops, oh, sorry. 98.3% of the time, they get away with it, no charges. So again, they do these cases and trials here as a show. It's all theater. They want you, they being police and the government, they want you to think that something might happen when cops kill someone. 98.3% of the time, nothing happens at all. And guess what? Another significant chunk of the time, you don't even know the people were killed. So, I ask you this. I don't give a fuck if Kim Potter is crying. I ask why they try to make these big deals out of these trials, like the Chauvin trial. I didn't follow the Chauvin trial because it was irrelevant. The outcome was irrelevant. It doesn't matter. George Floyd was murdered. He's already dead, right? Daunte Wright's already dead. Andrew Brown Jr. they're all already dead. And so many more are already dead, right? Sending one cop to prison doesn't do anything. We need systemic reform. If 98.3% of the time, they don't even get charged, like, it's one thing if they all got charged and then they were all found innocent or something. That's one thing. But 98.3% of the time, they don't even get charged. They don't even pretend to care. And then you see dumb motherfuckers that go like, oh, but cops kill white people too! Yeah, that's also really fucking bad. Like, imagine that's your talking point. Oh, why Black Lives Matter's racist? They only focus on when black people get killed. So, are you saying that it's okay when white people get killed? I really don't understand. Like, it's not rocket science, right? Numbers and statistics exist, right? Black people are about 3 times more likely to be killed in interactions with police than white people. Now, in my opinion, no one should be killed when interacting with police. That's not the role of police. In fact, that's not even the role of government. The government murdering someone is unconstitutional. It's against the 8th Amendment to the Constitution. Against cruel and unusual punishment. I would say shooting someone in the back of the head, pretty cruel, also relatively unusual. And again, folks, no one gives a fuck. The so-called Second Amendment, oh, we gotta defend against tyranny. Those dumb motherfuckers see tyranny and they go like, oh, Blue Lives Matter. What? So 1 minute, you're, printing out 15 3D printed guns and buying grenades and bazookas to defend against government tyranny. The next minute, you're rooting for the police when they kill people? What? It doesn't make any sense. This country is garbage. This country is shit on my shoes. No one gives a fuck until someone in their family is killed. No one gives a fuck until the gun is pointed at them. No one gives a fuck, folks. And it's sad. It's sad. It's depressing. And again, these stories are the reason why I do daily protests in my city. It's because I personally, now again, do I think that me protesting every day is going to enact some grand change? No, I don't. Because not enough people do it. But it's better that a handful of people do it than no one. At least people need to understand that someone cares enough to do something. $10 super chat from Andrew Kohler. Curiously, BLM supporters are outraged when police brutalize white people, but all lives matter people are not. So all lives equal no lives. That's correct. But yeah, Kim Potter's crying like a little baby. Good. I hope she cries in prison. But again, even if she does, 98.3% of the time, police don't even get that far in being held accountable. 98.3% of the time. I read this article a while ago where police officers were sharing memes in group chats about how now again, 40% of cops have beat their spouses, so that's another factor in here. But there's cops have literally shared this where they talk about how when they kill someone and they go home and fuck their wives, that it's the best sex they've ever had because they feel so powerful and on top of the world and they've got this adrenaline or whatever going through them. And so they kill people, they go home, beat the shit out of their spouse, and then rape them, and then they share memes about it in their group chats. That's cop culture. I don't know what to tell you. In order to be a cop, you have to be a psychopath. There is no such thing as a good cop, and you cannot convince me that there is. Because if there was a good cop, wouldn't something be done about any of this at all? You have a badge and a gun, and you're supposed to stop criminals. And oops, all your coworkers are criminals. Are you going to stop them? Are you going to arrest your coworkers? No. The thin blue line. Thin blue line. Yeah, whoa. It's bullshit.